In a world of shifting alliances and complex international relations, the intricate dynamic between the United States, Israel, and Iran stands as a critical focal point of global geopolitics. This relationship, marked by decades of tension and intermittent diplomatic efforts, continues to shape security, trade, and strategic calculations far beyond the Middle East. Understanding its current state is essential to grasping the broader challenges facing the international community. Recent weeks have seen a flurry of statements from key officials, each adding a new layer to this delicate balance. Washington has publicly reaffirmed its ironclad commitment to Israeli security, a long-standing pillar of its foreign policy, while simultaneously pursuing diplomatic channels aimed at containing Iran's nuclear ambitions. Israeli leadership, meanwhile, has maintained a firm stance, emphasizing its right to act unilaterally to neutralize perceived threats. In Tehran, officials have responded with declarations of their own, asserting their nation's defensive capabilities and condemning what they describe as foreign interference in regional affairs. These declarations, often delivered through state media and international forums, create a complex web of rhetoric that diplomats and analysts must carefully navigate. Each word is scrutinized, each move is weighed, as the world watches to see whether these positions will lead to confrontation or a new phase of negotiation. The international community has not been a silent observer. From the chambers of the United Nations Security Council to the capitals of Europe and Asia, calls for restraint and de-escalation have been persistent. Key global powers have urged all parties to return to the negotiating table, emphasizing that a diplomatic solution is the only sustainable path forward. They warn that any military miscalculation could have catastrophic consequences for regional stability. Organizations like the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, continue their work on the ground, providing crucial, albeit sometimes contentious, oversight of Iran's nuclear activities. These international bodies serve as a vital, if sometimes strained, platform for dialogue, reflecting a global consensus that stability in the Middle East is a shared responsibility, not a regional issue. Beyond the immediate security concerns, the economic implications of this geopolitical triad are profound. The Middle East is a linchpin of global energy supplies, and any escalation in tensions can send shockwaves through oil and gas markets, impacting prices at the pump and influencing inflation worldwide. Critical maritime trade routes, such as the Strait of Hormuz, are vulnerable to disruption, which could create significant bottlenecks in global supply chains. Financial markets react swiftly to even the perception of increased risk, leading to volatility that affects investments and economic forecasts. This interconnectedness means that the ripple effects of a crisis in the region would be felt in economies large and small, demonstrating how deeply intertwined global security and economic prosperity have become. To fully understand the present, we must look to the past. The roots of this complex relationship trace back to the 1979 Iranian Revolution, an event that fundamentally reshaped the political landscape of the Middle East and redefined Iran's relationship with the West and its allies. Decades of sanctions, covert operations, and proxy conflicts have created deep-seated mistrust. Yet history has also shown moments of diplomatic breakthrough, offering glimpses of potential alternative futures. Today, as nations navigate this intricate environment, the outlook remains uncertain. Ongoing diplomatic efforts, both public and behind the scenes, offer hope for a peaceful resolution, but the path is fraught with challenges. The future will depend on the willingness of all sides to engage in constructive dialogue and find common ground amidst their deep-seated differences. In an age of information overload and polarized discourse, the need for a nuanced and well-informed perspective on these global issues has never been more critical. By seeking out reliable sources, understanding historical context, and appreciating the multiple viewpoints involved, we can move beyond simplistic narratives and engage with the world in a more meaningful and constructive way. It is through this commitment to informed understanding that we can all contribute to a more stable and peaceful global community.